Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush of Husker football, Raff.
College football tonight.
By Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. It is the drive. It is Friday. It is the last drive of the year.
Last drive.
We made it.
There it is.
Look at us.
Oh, man. It doesn't seem real.
It flew by.
It flew by.
I woke up this morning and I saw the it wasn't a tweet, the Facebook, what do you call that? Memory or whatever. And it came up 1 year ago today. We had that meeting with DP.
Mm.
And, I was thinking about it. I know yesterday we were kind of going back and forth with each other a little bit.
You pushed me out of my comfort zone. I appreciate it.
But I think that at the time we did not know, what we were going into.
No.
But I knew what you were going through at that time.
It was a good distraction
and
for me.
I think that being on the radio and bringing that smile to you every week and do it, it gave you some, even though you were going through one of the roughest periods of your life, it was something that, brought you joy. So, I thank the listeners out there and everybody that's always, listened to us. And, you've brought, I know a lot of people out there always say AD has done a lot for us, with the Farrells, you've helped people out at Farrells and the the AD attitude adjuster, how people have always messaged in and say, AD, thank you so much. But we owe the listeners a huge
we do,
because they brought the smile to your face.
Yeah.
So even though you might not think it, you've done a lot for AD over this past year. And for me, I mean, I won't lie. I mean, this is favorite part of my day. 8:00 in the morning. I want to do the radio show.
Well, Raff, I echo your sentiments, man. It really, I needed this radio more than the radio needed me, for sure. You saw something, and you need people in your life, folks, that are going to push you out a little bit. They're going to make you uncomfortable. And I was very uncomfortable in that first meeting, but Raff is 6'9", 300 pounds. What am I going to do? Just be pissed off, maybe punch him in his maybe punch him in his stomach and run. But
I don't know if they saw the fight video yesterday. You might take a swing at me.
But no, Raff is what I said a year ago. Amazing how life can change so quickly, and from unexpected places, folks. Because I've definitely, the radio has been a good, just kind of a good release for me to talk to people, to talk to you guys, to talk sports, talk fun, to get away from kind of the craziness. And that's why you all tune in, which Raff, you mentioned, we're so grateful for, because it gives you a chance to kind of, check out as well while you're still doing your day-to-day activities. So. I can't appreciate my boy Raff enough. Nick joining on with us, man, hanging with us and teaching us a lot about
with
it.
With a fresh new haircut.
With a fresh new cut.
That's me.
So fresh and so clean.
I feel good. It's a little chillier walking across that pedestrian bridge last night at Pinnacle Bank Arena, though. Man. So we got to park over on the other side of those railroad tracks, walk across the pedestrian bridge, get up over the top where we get in with our media credentials. Man, that crosswind up there, you're up high, and then that wind is swirling. And when you got little to no hair on the side of your head, it's a little
you probably didn't wear. You're not the type that wears a hat,
or
a coat.
Nope, can't wear a hat. I hate coats. I hate long pants. I hate them.
What is it about long pants?
I don't.
You were that kid.
I don't. No. When it's that cold, I hate the cold more. So I'll wear sweatpants.
You can rock the jeans.
But I just like my quarter zips, and I like my shorts, and I like my golf shorts, and I like my polos, and that's just who I am. I hate winter coats.
Well,
I bought a winter coat this year for the first time, probably 4 or 5 years.
This is the first time that you done what?
Bought a winter coat.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah.
Because if it's that cold where I need a winter coat, I'm not going out.
Yeah. Well, see, I used to snatch my kids up sometimes going to school. Yeah. I'm like, boy, where you going with that? Man, get it back in this house and get a coat on, man. Because my mom always said, if you wore too much, you could always take something off. But if you didn't bring it, you can't put it on, man.
Put it back on.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, dude, what was it? I guess I want to get into real fast. We were talking about the spillover too, and I want to get into the experience from last night too. I know it's a short segment, which we always catch back up. What was Raff again? If So Peyton be your guy that we're talking about the Denver Broncos again.
Peyton's number one.
So how much would you throw at him to make it like just I can't refuse money?
As much as he wants.
So you'd let him make the number within reason.
Between 15 and 20 million. Let's ride.
I agree with you. It'd have to be at least. I think for him to come out for to deal with that, I think it would have to be no less than 12. Yeah. I would say 12.
And what they'll probably have to do too with the Saints is they'll probably have to give them their first round pick, and they'll probably have to pay them probably an extra, 10 million on top of that or whatever. So yeah, whatever it takes, let's go get him.
What do you think on that?
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
It's that sure of a hire.
For me, it is.
Interesting. I want Harbaugh just because I want chaos. I want Harbaugh just because I want chaos.
Haven't they had enough chaos in Denver right now?
Well, yeah.
Raff was like, no, I need calm.
more so from Michigan. I'd be curious to see what direction Michigan goes. I heard talking about Fleck and Kleiman. I told you guys before, I'm not sure those are big enough names, in my opinion, that Michigan would be okay with it. Yeah. Now we said if Kleiman,
it all changes tomorrow.
If Kleiman competes and or wins tomorrow, that changes. And the listeners know how much I love Chris Kleiman. But I mean, we're talking about a program now that's been in 2 straight college football playoffs. Mm-hmm. They've been in the Big Ten title the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. They've beaten Ohio State the last 2 years. It's not like Michigan is in a dumpster fire place and you need somebody to come in and stabilize it. You need somebody, if you're Michigan, if Harbaugh ends up leaving, that you need them to be able to not only sustain it, but also take it to the next level.
Here's why you bring great points, Nick, and here's why I would not be surprised to see Harbaugh go. He understands the business because it's 2 years ago they wanted him gone. Think about that. Prior to 2 years ago, they wanted him
They
gone.
restructured the deal the same way Nebraska mirrored their restructure with Scott Frost the same way Michigan did.
And what that
worked out for Michigan.
It worked out for Michigan. And that's the restructure.
Well, 50-50.
yeah. That and half and half.
Well.
So I don't know, but he also knows how quick and liquid the NFL can be too, though. Yeah. I mean, perfect example. The guy he'd be replacing didn't even make it for a full season. So
but he's getting paid for the next 3 years. He'll be just fine.
Yeah. Well, how much is what was his contract?
I think he's due at like another 16 million or something like that.
Yeah, you could fire me all day for 16
4 years or something like that.
But like, I don't know who they'd go get. I mean, we talked about it during the break. Nobody saw Lincoln Riley going to USC. Nobody saw Brian Kelly going to LSU.
You know what? Oak Valley Husker has a good point here. He goes, Jake wouldn't mention Bielema. Not their first choice, I know, but curious where he fits on the list. Where do you what he's done in Illinois?
Yeah.
You throw Arkansas. I'm not saying you throw Arkansas out, but the SEC is a different beast. Okay. Yeah. But what he did at Wisconsin, he was a bully.
Yeah.
And then what he's done at Illinois with not even close to the resources he'd have at Michigan, Oak Valley Husker. I didn't even think about that name.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
So Bielema is making, he'd be able to get an easy pay bump. He's making $6 million right now.
That's how much Bielema's making at Illinois?
Yeah.
He'd have to get the Iowa tattoo removed if he went to Michigan.
Yeah. Career record 110 and 69.
I didn't even think about Bielema, man.
So I suppose it's an option. Once again, though, Michigan feels like the place where they need a splash hire.
Yeah, Warren is not going to just hire. And it could be some places. I wouldn't look at this. We don't know what's even going to happen in the pros yet. There's going to be guys who are going to be letting go here pretty soon. And the money's not going to be an issue for Michigan.
Also, frankly, guys, I look at Chris Kleiman and there is, and even Brett Bielema to a certain extent right now. Chris Kleiman's getting up there in age. He's getting towards his 50s if he's not already there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so getting up towards your 50s is getting
old?
I
said that, Raff.
Dang, dog. Wow. I guess I'm going to be a fossil in a year and a
half.
All right,
then.
I'll be 49 in like 2 months.
I still got 29 years, so I'm okay.
Oh, my God. All right.
So here's the deal. No, what I think is interesting.
All listeners over 40, yes, you're all right to attack Nick today.
Yeah, exactly. What's new?
Go at him.
What's new?
Get him.
But I think there is some truth to talking.
But he will throw 992 on you.
Bingo.
So be
Don't
careful.
forget it. Don't forget it.
He'll throw them things.
Yeah. I think what's interesting is you talk about how a situation could be perfect for a guy. And I think that's a big reason on Chris Kleiman and why he might not even leave Kansas State. He just signed an extension.
Yeah.
That situation at Chris, he's extremely close with Gene Taylor, the athletic director, which is a big reason why he got the job in the first place. What he wants to do fits Kansas State really well in that physical kind of mentality, right?
Right.
But then also, I'm not sure the expectation. I mean, he is setting the expectation right now. The expectation is whatever Chris Kleiman wants it to be, because you have to think about it. When he got there, it was get us back to a bowl game consistently. Maybe we squeak into the 8-9 win category. Now, here in 2022, you're a Big 12 champion, and you're playing a college football blue blood in Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. Now it's getting real.
Just think how close they could have been.
Exactly.
To a playoff.
Exactly.
Like very close. Very close.
If they beat TCU this year,
and that's year 2 for him. This is year 2 for him.
This is he
was
hired.
Year 3. No, actually,
he is year 4.
Year 4 because
he was hired in 2019.
That's right, because he beat OU every year.
And what was the game they let slide at the beginning of the year that they
Tulane.
Tulane, that game where Adrian played terrible.
Which I will say, Tulane's a top 20 program.
Yeah.
So now that loss doesn't look as bad.
Right.
But I think what's interesting is I'm not sure Chris Kleiman would want to leave, because that Kansas State fit is perfect for that guy. And now he's done what we talked about. He sustained what kind of Bill Snyder came back and after he righted his ship, after he came out of retirement, right? And now Chris Kleiman's starting to take it to another place. Kansas State just had their highest recruiting class in 25 years. I think Chris Kleiman would be stupid now, because he's not a guy that just follows the money. He's not a Lincoln Riley. So I think Chris Kleiman would be kind of making a big risk.
Now, is that Kleiman or is that the Martinez effect?
I think it's Chris Kleiman. When you have the offensive line, that he has, when he can, with the development of the backup quarterback, Will Howard, who not only backed up Adrian this year, also backed up Skylar Thompson for a couple years, who stuck through it. I think that tells you a lot about what kind of program it is. I think there's just a lot of things that he does the right way. And there's a lot of similarities I think I see with Matt Rule too.
With Kleiman, and even with Lance Leipold, we were talking about, some people were saying, well, they lost their last 7 of the last 8. Yeah, but you know what? They went to bowl. They won the bowl game. They haven't been in a bowl game since 2000 when?
Oh, they were longer than Nebraska.
Yeah.
We took their, it was 14 years?
14, 15 years.
12 years.
You can, what I would say to Kleiman and what I would say to Leipold is understand where you're at. You have a lot more levity where you're at. Yeah. There's going to be a lot more patience. Now, these guys may want a bigger challenge. I get that. But at the same time, K-State has KU, KU has K-State. They both have KU basketball. Again, they got the Chiefs. I have all those pro teams distractions. And the expectation. You go to Michigan, oh, no, buddy, it's win now. There ain't no buffers. I don't care if you have the Detroit Lions, the Detroit Pit. No. Yeah. It's win now, because we are Michigan. We are a separate entity that can care less about what other programs or the things you can do in Michigan. Yeah. In Ann Arbor, it's win. It's go blue.
And to be frank, as much as this pains me to say, Michigan has put themselves now in a position to where they are taking over. They're in the midst. If they can keep this up for the coming years, they're in the midst of taking over the number 1 spot in the Big Ten East.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
You beat Ohio State 2 years in a row.
Yep.
And now you're in your 2nd straight college football playoff appearance.
Yep.
Now, obviously, Ohio State's there. Yep. But here's the deal. You got blown out in the CFP last year.
Yeah.
You got blown out. How do you do it? What happens this year?
That cannot happen again.
No.
I mean, it absolutely, because here's the deal. Listeners may think I'm crazy, but I got a lot of relatives in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, and I got buddies that live up in Michigan. And I'm gonna tell you this: if Michigan gets blown out, don't think they won't turn on Harbaugh either.
Yeah.
Do not think they will not turn on that man. Let's say they just get there and just get shellacked. I mean, like the doors beat off of him. Don't think those fans will not turn on him. Ryan Day lost one freaking game. Now, I know it's Michigan. It's different up there. Yeah. But, I mean, they want the dude gone.
Yeah.
And obviously
they wouldn't even had a coach for the playoffs.
Yes. That's the truth.
You're out of here.
You're out of here.
But you make playoffs.
Yeah, no, exactly. They want Mike Vrabel. They want Mike Vrabel real quick.
Braves.
Ohio State and Michigan. Think about this, yo. Even some of the Barks down in Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Saban, he's past his prime. I think he's missed a step. What are you talking about?
He's really lost a step on recruiting, too.
Yeah. I mean,
oh, boy. As they finished number 1, I believe.
Fans are not all, some fans can be very, very fickle, and they can have very short memories, man. Because I'm thinking, you mentioned those names we just talked about. Harbaugh, you got your boy Ryan Day and Saban. And yet and obviously it's the minority. It's a small choir, but the small choirs make up the loud noises. You know what I'm saying? We need to get rid of these guys, find somebody else.
Yeah.
be careful.
Yeah, no
Well,
lie.
That's why I would look at Harbaugh like, you know what? If they threw me enough money, and then you look at all these headaches they have to deal with right now, don't think I'm not entertaining it. Now, if you offer me a stupid amount of money, you have to look at it from a business standpoint, you know.
Yeah.
But then again, he's got enough, but everybody's enough's different. And I want to see John Squires here. John Squires, you mentioned on here earlier. That's my neighbor too, man. John Squire. What's up, brother? Is Sean Payton still hungry? I don't know. Raff, what do you think? Nick, what do you think on that?
He's ready to eat. Let's ride.
As a couple months ago, here's the deal. As a couple of months ago, hold on, I guess. Gosh, dang it.
Nom, 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 nom.
As a couple months ago, we wanted to continue broadcasting and be that awkward dude in the halftime show for NBC Sports where he like looks at people. Here's the deal. He must be wanting to coach. He must want to get back in the game. I don't know. Like I said, I want Harbaugh just because I want to see what Michigan does, and I want to see the exodus of players from Michigan. I mean, like, let's not forget that piece of it as well.
Yeah.
Harbaugh leaves. We don't know what else the coaching staff, how that shakes out.
Yeah.
Like Michigan could be not I don't want to say in shambles, but that's why I think you need another big name and a proven guy.
Exactly.
And where PJ Fleck and Chris Klein don't really get it done. Yes, Fleck just won his like the third a bowl game yesterday against Syracuse, who lost their offensive and defensive coordinator. He's had three 9-win seasons, 6 overall. I mean, Minnesota's only had 6 their entire program history, and PJ Fleck has 3 of them. I get that 9 wins isn't good enough for Michigan.
No, it's not.
And I understand the resources, but as you said, AD, you don't have buffer years. You do not have buffer years. Because Michigan and Ohio State and Alabama are what people want Nebraska to be and expect Nebraska to be.
And it's and pun intended, a school like Michigan, that's a blue blood program. You know, they're not taking any just, you know, oh, great, we had a decent year at 8. Then there's no more victories.
Good. I mean, I'm pumped to go to the new era at Pinstripe Bowl.
Yeah.
The Pinstripe Bowl is not good enough for Michigan.
Nope.
And 2 years of that is not going to.
And you know what?
Think about it even for Nebraska. Maybe next year the Pinstripe Bowl is good enough for Nebraska, but you really think the year after that the Pinstripe Bowl is going to be good? Heck no.
There is
it's
something.
The same thing
fires
we
on
went to
right
the
away.
Holiday Bowl. Nebraska went to the Holiday Bowl like 3 years in a row.
Yeah. There was a statement made by a former AD here that said this: I refuse to stand by and watch this program gravitate towards mediocrity. And look what happened. That's why I don't blame Michigan. I don't blame Ohio State, and I don't blame those top tier programs that says we will not drift towards that, because look at our neighbors to the south, Nebraska, drifting towards mediocrity. Man, we were laying in bed just washing with mediocrity. Just splash, 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 splash. Just splashing in mediocrity. So I don't blame them.
Splash,
I was taking a bath.
Long about Saturday night. Rub-a-dub, just relaxing in the tub.
Thinking everything is all right.
And I stepped out the tub, put my foot on the floor, wrapped the towel around me, and I opened the door, and then a splish splash.
Jumping in bed.
I don't know the words of that song. All I know the splish splash part.
I believe that was the great Neil Sedaka.
That was nice job, Raff.
Thank you.
Oh, Raff, you know that information. Man.
It was probably released in 1958.
We
Close.
Yeah, the same day's the greatest game ever played.
You don't know the greatest game?
I was like, I actually don't.
You don't know Unitas?
Unitas, Amici. Unitas, hands off to Amici.
Man, I don't think those programs are going to allow it to happen, man, because unfortunately, Nebraska, and hopefully those fortunes have changed, but we've become the blueprint of what you don't want a storied program to gravitate towards. Exactly. And I truly believe, man, that Nebraska, the brand still is strong. Oh, yeah. That end is still strong on that brand is still strong. We just got to turn the brand into wins again. So
exactly.
That's what we got to do.
All right. You're listening to The Drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
Roll up and recycle. Support. Or call 402 Your House Refuse Roll Up and Recycling. Wishing our military, neighbors, and friends a safe and happy holiday season.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I'm made in the to help his own profile.
Yes, good job.
So,
Just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
James Enterprise Incorporated, that company that hauls your gravel, rocks, and material for your farm or construction site, says, thank the people of the healthcare community for putting yourself in the way of danger to save the public. That is what it means to be a hero and to build a beautiful legacy. This message brought to you by James Enterprise Incorporated. For all your hauling of rock, gravel, and materials, call them at 402-432-6740. That's 402-432-6740.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals. And get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a fundamental course in accounting or marketing to help your business, or helping you become a better leader, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our business development classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Ashiro's work is done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit asiaretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This year, give the gift of delicious food, incredible service, and a lasting memory with the Pillar Restaurant Group gift card. Our holiday gift card special is back. When you purchase a $50 gift card, receive a $5 bonus card. Or purchase a $100 gift card to receive a $20 bonus card. These cards can be used at all Pillar Restaurant Group locations, including Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, Cactus, and all Land Subs. Available for purchase at any of our concepts or online at prgnebraska.com.
It's another hockey jersey auction night this Saturday as the Lincoln Stars host the Tri-City Storm for Down Syndrome Night at the Icebox. Santa and Mrs. Claus will also be on hand to meet and greet with fans throughout the night. With only 2 home games left before Christmas, make sure to make your holiday plans with the Star. The puck drops at 6:05 and tickets can be purchased now at lincolnstars.com.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 12 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band about that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7. And I got to say, Bruce Davis, you are correct. Splish Splash, I was taking a bath, was sung by Bobby Darin, not Neil Sedaka. I was under pressure, and I knew that Neil.
Moment's too big. You pissed down your leg. Have you seen that? Have you seen that guy?
Moment's too big. Oh yeah, we follow him all the time.
Moment's too big. You pissed down your leg.
I wasn't really sure
Look
who
at
it
Davis.
was.
Now what's Davis doing over there?
I had a 50% chance with Neil Sedaka because he sung a lot of those songs.
Because it was either him or not.
Yeah.
50% chance. 50%. 50. That Toby Keith. All right, you ready to do this? Here we go.
Let's go, Sam Cooke.
Don't know much about history. Don't know much biology. Don't know much about a science book. Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.
All right, Raff. Let's see if Raff can get this one, man.
All right, here we go.
Oh, moment's too big.
Moment's too big. Pissed down my leg.
Raff's already shaking in the boots.
All right, here we go.
All right, I'm going to turn just in case. I know you can't see it, but just in case, you're 6'9", you can see over a lot of things. NFL Championship, 1962 National Football League Championship. He's going to get this one. Yankee Stadium. Green Bay Packers beat the New York Giants. What was the score, and who was the MVP?
What was the score?
Yeah. I'll give you the score, 16-7, but who won? I think I just told you.
Packers won.
Who was the MVP? Watch him get this
62. You're asking me who the MVP is. So I probably would guess Bart Starr, but I'm guessing that would be too easy. I'm going to go Ray Nitschke.
This is stupid. I'm out.
He's done. AD's done. He's done. AD's.
I'm out.
Did I get it?
Shut up,
dude.
Did I get it?
It's Ray Nitschke.
Listen. Did I get it?
I've never heard of Ray Nitschke before.
This is what Raff does. He's like, he sits there after you just freaked out. He goes, "Did I get it? Of course, yes."
Mark, we need to find another occupation for Raff. We gotta have just like a Raff sports show. Just stump the Raff or something like that.
We should.
This is stupid.
We should do a drive sports trivia night at a sports bar.
We should.
As long as it's football, I'll be pretty. Football from like,
dude, I ain't never heard of Ray Nitschke.
Like 60s to the 90s would be probably my wheelhouse. Probably.
This dude said Ray Nitschke. I'm looking at this cat like.
Well, the only reason I would have went Bart Starr time and time again, but when you were asking me it, I was thinking to myself, yeah, he wouldn't ask Bart Starr because
it's too obvious.
It'd be too obvious.
Yeah, I'd get that one.
So then I was thinking to myself, who would be their best defensive player? And I was like, Ray Nitschke. So I went Ray Nitschke.
Wow. Here's another one. I'm telling you, the dude's on. He's on a burner. He's been on a burner like his whole life when it comes to sports in 60s, 90s.
I'm really good at football.
You gotta get out more.
AFC Championship, 1973 AFC Championship, Miami Orange Bowl. The Dolphins played the Raiders. Who won?
Dolphins and Raiders, 73.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
Yep, beat the Raiders 27-10.
Nice work, Raff.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's see who get this one now. Okay, I'm just going to go a hard one. Just see. Australian Open women's tennis.
All right, what did we say about foot? Okay.
1977 Australian Open women's tennis. I can't pronounce her name. Wins her sixth career Grand Slam title, beats fellow Australian Helen Garlow Callaway. Who was the lady that won? I just made that one. Doesn't matter. No, I'm joking.
Martina would have been too early, so I don't think it would have been Martina because she didn't really take over till like the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who it would have been.
Yvonne Callaway.
Yep, would have never got that in a million years.
Here's one that.
However, 1977 was the year of the Orange Crush, Denver Broncos, Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, what happened in 2008 in the NFL? A prominent coach was fired.
2008, a prominent coach was fired. You're asking me the question. So I am going to go. I'm going to go out on a limb here.
This one's so easy.
Mike Shanahan.
Yep.
You make me sick.
You must be out of your mind. Here's one in real quick. The Raff never ceased to amaze me with his knowledge, wide breadth of knowledge on information like that.
Well, sometimes I while you're asking me the question, then that kind of I decipher it down. So when you said NFL 2008, I was like, it had to be a Denver Broncos thing. So.
Well, here's one that's kind of it's pretty cool, interesting. It's from Nebraska coaching history. 1907, William King Cole stays on as head coach in Nebraska at an $1,800 a year salary. $1,800 a year. In 1907 was William King Cole stays on head coach as Nebraska, $1,800. Crazy. Here's a sad moment in history which took place yesterday. We lost probably arguably the greatest soccer player of all time in Pele. Oh man. Brazilian soccer legend Pele, only person, three-time World Cup champion, who's largely considered to be one of the best players ever, died yesterday, 82 years old. He began his playing career at 13 with the youth team in Bauru. He was scouted by the Brazilian golf club Santos at 15, began playing professionally with the team. At just 17, he emerged as a superstar with performance during Brazil's victorious 1958 World Cup, played his entire career in Brazil with Santos. He scored an astounding 618 goals in 636 games with Santos and won 6 Brazilian league titles.
Jeez.
You know, Pele, obviously he was done playing before all of us were born for the most part. He's the only man to win 3 World Cups, named FIFA Player of the Century in 2000, 1,281 career goals, the most all time, including non-official matches. Rest in paradise and peace to the great Pele, man. Oh man, they were showing highlights of him yesterday. And I was just like, man, this is insane, man. That dude was way before his time as far as that goes. So that was history for today, man. That was history for today.
We forgot a birthday, though.
We got my dog Louie's birthday today.
Louie's birthday is the same day as Tiger Woods.
Oh, Tiger Woods' birthday
and LeBron James.
Holy cow!
Yeah,
my dog Louie, my dog,
greatest fullback,
born in greatness,
the greatest fullback in Husker history.
Yes.
Louie,
my dog Louie is 1 year old today.
Holy cow, old man Louie.
Old man Louie, man. So Louie's 1 year old.
Give me treats.
Give me treats. I want tweets. I want tweets.
How much did you get him for gifts?
Oh,
I always find this fascinating.
Dude, he got like 5 pieces of beef jerky, that dog jerky type stuff. He got a hat. But he was tearing that jerky up this morning because usually when I'm rolling out, he's kind of in his kennel still just oh, this morning just nom 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 nom. He was like cookies, beef jerky, Louie want jerky. So he was tearing.
You should have brought him in. We could have sang happy birthday to him.
Yeah, but you know, it's just
he would have just been in his corner
eating the jerky.
You know, with Louie, it's just kind of unpredictable sometimes, man. He likes to run around and be about. So I have him in here for 2 hours. I could see if they maybe dropped him down for a quick segment or something.
Hey, you know.
Or I would just
you don't know until you try.
Or I could have just streamed from the house and we could have had Louie on the air.
Oh,
home office.
Then everybody would have been upset because AD wasn't in studio.
Which, speaking of Thunder Not Collins, since we're celebrating 1 year, does that mean you guys will be in the station on Tuesday?
Oh yeah.
I will be here.
We'll be here.
We'll see.
We'll be here. So we'll see. We'll be in the studio.
Nick had a rough New Year's now that he's the head of the JTP.
Yeah, listen. You know. I have to say this. I got told to say this last night. I broke my buddy Mason's record on the punching bag. He had 978. I had 992.
Oh wow!
So that's why he was a little mad.
Hey Mason,
but he's
you know
still
what though?
fourth in the group.
Mason, keep the faith, man, because you're not
keep
that far
trying.
off.
Yeah, keep
not
trying.
At least Nick's decided to keep you in the group, and that's that's positive.
You're
training.
He's still in the rough. He's still in the wolf pack, man.
Yeah, JTP.
Just keep training.
All right, we'll send it a break. Just the drive. 93.7 The Ticket.
The Yarn Link Remiss Look on them, know we care. From the yarn shop inside Sutter Place Mall on 48th Street and Highway 52 in Lincoln. Visit theyarnshop.com or call 402-489-9550.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I'm an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 476-2300.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great. We're
definitely coming back.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, LincolnandGrant.com.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFSL, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog is possible this morning. Otherwise, sunshine returning this afternoon. We'll see a high around 42. Partly cloudy skies. We'll see a light breeze too, and a low of around 30. And tomorrow, sunny skies return the high around 47. I'm meteorologist Kyle Putnam for 93.7 The Ticket from theticketfm.com.
James Enterprise Incorporated, that company that hauls your gravel, rock fill for your farm or construction site, says thank you to the people of the healthcare community for putting yourself in the way of danger to save the public. That is what it means to hero and to build a beautiful legacy. This message brought to you by James Enterprise Incorporated. For all your hauling of rock, gravel, and materials, call them 402-432-6740. That's 402-432-6740.
It's another hockey jersey auction night this Saturday as the Lincoln Stars host the Tri-City Storm for Down Syndrome Night at the Icebox. Santa and Mrs. Claus will also be on hand to meet and greet with fans throughout the night. With only 2 home games left before Christmas, make sure to make your holiday plans with the Stars. The puck drops at 6:05, and tickets can be purchased now at lincolnstars.com.
Public schools are the cornerstones of our communities, and it's communities that ensure students have great public schools. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Learning happens at home, in school, and everywhere in between. We all have a role to play in supporting student learning in the classroom and beyond. Help us make this the best school year yet.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
The Nebraska State Veterans Homes are here to serve veterans, their spouses, surviving spouses, and Gold Star parents. Join your fellow veterans and their families at one of our homes in Bellevue, Kearney, Norfolk, or Scottsbluff. With a sliding scale to determine your financial contribution, an excellent clinical team, and plenty of fun activities, our homes are the perfect retirement choice. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/homes. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Are you looking for a solid, stable CNC machining or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Rico here for Little Brooklyn Daycare.
Look, I have 2 young kids, and my wife and I both have full-time jobs. So we need a place we can trust to take care of our kids during the day. That place is Little Brooklyn Daycare. And now they're enrolling for kids from 2 years old to school age. And they're also hiring experienced teachers. Call them today at 402-742-0363 to schedule a tour to see if it's the right fit for you and your kids. Little Brooklyn Daycare, located in Fallbrook in Northwest Lincoln.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with a ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Woo! Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. Welcome into The Drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former arena football leader, head coach of the Capital City Crush. And brought to you by Sand Ticket and the ticketfm.com.
Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started.
All right, dog. We are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We are proudly sponsored by Sandhills Global. Sandhills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in So apply today at sandhills.jobs.
So see the multi button.
Push that all the way down. Push that thing all the way down.
Meanwhile, Nick is giving advice to
He's teaching the Hall of Famer how to use the
Jay
lever.
Foreman on how to use the board.
All the way down to where it clicks.
Look at
Okay.
this guy.
And on the right side, you gotta. Oh, you
He grabbed the
throw
mic.
it right.
He grabbed the mic like an MC.
On the right side, there's a no. Here, I'll just write that.
All right, he's making his way. Nick's going out. We're having Mr. Jay Foreman.
He's trying his hardest though to get on. I mean,
I thought the way he grabbed that mic, I thought he was gonna start singing.
I thought he was gonna
something
start flowing, man, because he grabbed the mic like and he just clutched it, just snatched it up. So you know,
MC.
There we go. There we go.
MC. Oh,
no,
not on,
you
not
got-
on yet. One
you got
second.
unmuted.
One second. No, you're good. Here you go. All right. I think he.
I came in here to just
there he is.
Wish you guys a happy new year and to say that rest in peace to those Denver Broncos, man. And those Dolphins.
We've only just begun.
I heard that you just all in on Peyton.
Sean Payton, baby. Let's go.
You know the best thing that's going to happen is that Michigan is going to be – they win this first game. Harbaugh is going to leave in the middle of the night. That's how Harbaugh is, though.
You think he'll do a Lincoln Riley on him?
Oh, yeah. Dude, look at his past.
Yeah.
Stanford, 49ers. When he leaves places –
I mean, you go to the crib. It's like the Grinch stole Christmas.
Are
You
you
wake
saying,
up and there ain't nothing there.
There ain't nothing there.
Are you saying when he
Including Jim.
leaves places he doesn't wash his hands? Is that what you're
That's
saying?
exactly what he does. He eats all your cookies in the middle in Christmas morning, and then he'll sit there with crumbs on his mouth like I don't know who ate it. Because you got to think for him to get it for last year, he would have been the Vikings coach if he literally didn't talk himself out of being the head coach. He literally got on a private jet. Deal was done. Yeah, you know this, AD.
Yeah.
When these guys get on, like Harbaugh's not, he doesn't have to interview.
Right.
Like
right.
they'll call, and the interview is like with his agent, you know, like, hey, what possibly would it take?
Right.
His agent will call him and he, you know, 10 million or whatever, 8-9 million.
Right.
Okay, cool. He ain't getting on the plane trying to like introduce himself.
No, that deal was done if you get on the plane.
So he took an hour and 15-minute flight from Ann Arbor to Minneapolis. And by the time he got back on that time at 8 o'clock at night, he didn't tricked off about $70 million. But he wanted full control. That's the hang up that if he can work, what he really did good in San Francisco, he had a good working relationship with the GM and built that team. Where he really lost the guys is he lost a little bit of connection with the guys that were there for a while. And he pushed them real hard, but they all end up being great players. But, he never really kind of pivoted from there.
You think in a place like, let's say, an Indy or Denver?
Yeah. See, that's where I think he would do good is Indy. It's parallel between Ann Arbor and Indy, kind of smaller market. He's played there.
Yep.
They need him.
Stabilizing force right now.
Stabilizing force. The defense is good. There's a lot of quarterbacks that he could either get through free agency or draft. He knows more about he knows more about CJ Stroud and Bryce Young than even the guys that are going to be evaluating them. Yep. And he could take and do it. They got a great offensive line when they're motivated.
Right.
They got really good receivers, to be honest with you, just young guys. When he's healthy, Jonathan Taylor is top 2 or 3 back.
Yeah.
Young.
True.
So everything for him to step right in, kind of like San Francisco, and hit the ground running in year one. And the division. Look at the division. Jacksonville, Houston ain't never going to be good for – not never. It's going to be a while.
Right.
And then Tennessee, what depends on Derrick Henry and the quarterback play, they could be going down. So it's right for the picking versus you go to Denver.
Yeah.
You got to deal with San Diego.
Yeah.
Or not San Diego, L.A. and
Chiefs,
Kansas City.
Raiders.
Yeah.
You got that whole division.
And the Raiders still got talent.
Yeah, they still got
details, guys. Details.
Speaking of Raiders, what about Derek Carr?
That's unfortunate. It's just a contract issue. You've seen him play. I mean, could he have played better? Yeah, but that's Josh McDaniels. For everybody, I don't know if there's one Bill Belichick disciple that actually has done well.
Yeah.
No, Patricia did horrible in Detroit.
What Josh McDaniels did with the Broncos.
Yep.
Horrible, right? Now with the Raiders, and I get it with the contract. If he gets hurt, you owe him $40 million.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be able to trade him.
But at the end of the day, don't tell me that you're trying to evaluate this guy. You've been coaching him up in New England for 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
and it's a contract deal. So now there's no chance of him coming back.
No.
Now you ruin the relationship with Devontae Adams, regardless, because Devontae's a pro, so he'll go and produce
and still take care of his business.
But trust me, within a season, he's gone.
And Josh Jacobs may not come back.
Oh, did you hear what he said?
In the locker room, he basically said, "No, I'm out."
Well, they didn't pick up his 5th-year option,
right?
Which is weird because he's
which is a horrible.
He's one of the top backs in the league. Man.
Yeah, he's ran for 1,000 yards 3 out of the 4 years.
He's had throughout his career been banged up, which has hindered him being recognized as a top back.
Yeah,
and still comes out there and puts in work.
Yeah, he still gets 1,000, but I mean, you spend all this money on this draft capital on these guys, and you got him pretty low in the draft.
Yeah,
and he's produced, and he's a good pass protection guy. He's a good out of the backfield, excellent power runner, and can go to the house. Young, durable, tough, good locker room guy.
Yeah.
And if I was a vet, to be honest, and this is the thing, I was just thinking about this, is like when I played, if something like that happened, you couldn't even think. We weren't getting paid enough and didn't have any. We had no power
and not a lot of clout to even make.
We had
those
no
statements.
clout
to
do it, to go in and I don't know, kind of come up with a mythical injury or anything.
Yeah.
If I was Max Crosby, or I guess myself at my height of career, I wouldn't be playing. I would think about not playing. Now, I love the game. I never would quit, but you benching Derek Carr and telling him not to come around.
You basically said the season's over.
You quit on me.
You quit on me.
And so these guys right now, the amount of money they're getting paid, and if you're in a position to get another contract, if you go out there and you get hurt, then they're going to cut you.
It's a business decision at this point now. You got to take your feelings out of it and say, am I going to mess up the bag at this point?
Well, yeah, because they're letting you know they're not trying to win,
right?
And it's no different in college, where these guys are. I heard you guys talking about when these coaches are going in, and the parents are. I mean, this is what was created by the lack of forward thinking by the NCAA. So now you're here, and now the coaches don't want to deal with it. And I get it, I understand it. As much the pros, the coaches, they're like, I don't want to recruit, right?
Right.
The college coaches don't want to coach pros because you got to deal with grown men.
Right.
Well, now you're in college. Now you actually have to deal with grown men, because if you three are in there and say I'm the coach, right? And obviously you guys, your pigmentations are different, but just say, right? Just say, right?
Just a hint.
Just say,
a bit outside.
You guys are the two parents. Nick's the athlete. Now I got to deal with grown men.
Yes.
So now when I was getting recruited, now you get there, the coach had pretty much 99.9% control of your scholarship and your future.
Right.
Just because if you thought about transferring, they were just essentially blackballed. It was like a scarlet letter.
Yeah, it would.
Now,
they could control where you went to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And and they could say, you know what, the Ernest Hausman thing. Remember, it was like, you could never transfer
within your conference,
or back to your hometown.
Because they did that with Greg Bell.
Right.
They blocked every Big Ten school and Oregon State.
Right. Yep. And then there you go. And then also, they could not play you. They could, say you were kind of like a rotational player, then all of a sudden you stop playing. There's a lot of things that go into it. So, there's the NFL business. When you get towards the end of the season, I always say this: there's only about 6 or 7 organizations, and then there's always 2 added every year that really are trying to win.
Yeah.
Everybody else is playing dress up. Pittsburgh, Philly, Kansas City, Saints win the and Saints are still trying to. They're just not as good. Like Seattle and Pete Carroll was. The normal Green Bay generally, even though they never will draft a receiver
next year.
Those guys are generally trying to win every year.
Let's just let them die for a little bit.
And then they're just operating out of desperation. You hire the coach from Green Bay, I'm assuming with the assumption that Rodgers was coming. I mean, no offense, Raff, that dude was a clown show from the very first preseason game I watched, and he couldn't manage the clock.
No.
Yeah.
And then by week 1, they hired one of his buddies to manage the clock. Now he's the head coach.
New interim coach.
So, I just think it's
a dumpster fire there.
It's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a mess. But hey,
yeah,
we'll get Sean Payton in position. We'll be ready to roll.
He could handle Russ. I think Russ would probably give up his office and move his parking spot to the left for Sean.
Heck yeah.
Because Sean Payton would probably come in with one of them big 350 dualies or whatever and make him move.
Run over that little Mercedes he rolled in.
Right.
And his entourage's car.
Yeah. They would be way down there. You want your own parking spot? Oh, okay, yeah. Now you got to take the trolley over here.
Sure. We'll park you in Parker, Colorado.
Right. Get you an Uber.
All right, everyone. You're listening to The Drive 93.7. You heard it here first. Jay Foreman says the Broncos will be back next year.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their spending to resource in a dinner, school activity, eat, fell ill, and had
or groceries.
I am the one in natives who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hungered in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely
coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 476-2300.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Moose joins us on Early Break, the former Nebraska athletic director. Leach had run into trouble at Texas Tech, but you decided he was your guy. Why?
Mike Leach reminded me coloring outside the line, being innovative, being competitive, and great joy and
Early break with Sip and Jake to 8 every week on 93.7 The Ticket.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity. I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
James Enterprise Incorporated, that company that hauls your gravel, rocks, and material for your farm or construction site, says thank you to the people of the healthcare community for putting yourself in the way of danger to save the public. That is what it means to be a hero and to build a beautiful legacy. This message brought to you by James Enterprise Incorporated. For all your hauling of rock, gravel, and materials, call them at 402-432-6740. That's 402-432-6740.
This year, give the gift of delicious food, incredible service, and a lasting memory with the Pillar Restaurant Group gift card. Our holiday gift card special is back. When you purchase a $50 gift card, receive a $5 bonus card, or purchase a $100 gift card to receive a $20 bonus card. These cards can be used at all Pillar Restaurant Group locations, including Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, Cactus, and all Lincoln Good Sense subs. Available for purchase at any of our concepts or online at prgnebraska.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a fundamental course in accounting or marketing to help your business, or helping you become a better leader, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our business development classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog is possible this morning. Otherwise, sunshine returning this afternoon. We'll see a high around 42. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. We'll see a light breeze too, and a low of around 30. And tomorrow, partly sunny skies return and a high of around 47. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Bill Moose joins us on Early Break, the former Nebraska athletic director. Leach had run into some trouble at Texas Tech, but you decided he was your guy. Why?
Mike Leach reminded me of me, coloring outside the lines, being innovative, being competitive, finding a great joy to beat somebody and they don't know how you beat them.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning at you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 margaritas like Maui Wowie, Burnt Pineapple, and Mango Tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody. We are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. And 80 is going to see this speed on posting him the way he man. Ooh, maybe a quick slant.
Yeah, exactly.
Stayed low. And did you see when he got to the door where he just used his hands there?
Yeah, which is, you know why? Because we do that. We did it so much, Coach Brown. It's just part of it. Here's somebody else that did something quite a bit. Coming up on New Year's Eve, folks, it's crazy to think again that we are barking down the door of 2023. That's going to be pretty quick. Got a quick little something for you to listen to.
4, 3, 2, 1, and a happy New Year's Rockin' Eve. Hi, this is Dick Clark, live from Times Square. We're at approximately 45th Street in New York City, at One Astor Plaza. And we got a happy group of people downstairs, all the way downstairs at Times Square. You can't slip an envelope between them. They're so close together.
Dick Clark, can you tell us what's shaking in Times Square?
You don't really want to know what's shaking here. It's old Clark shaking in Times Square. While the commercial was on, I went over to get my water to have a drink. It's frozen! Stevie Wonder comes to Times Square to celebrate. Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year to you.
We have 2 California firefighters who are going to be married on this platform right under that ball. We had a marriage one year. We got an engagement this year. There you go. This will be the first year in 25 years that I get to kiss my wife around midnight. Usually we have to wait till it's all over. Big night tonight.
The history.
His voice, and Nick, you'll get this as because there's going to be some voices you hear now on radio. Think of maybe like a Aikman or something like that, or Joe Buck, that are synonymous with football. Dick Clark was synonymous with New Year's Eve. He was as synonymous, not synonymous with New Year's Eve as John Madden was to football, and as the Keith Jackson was to the Rose Bowl. Oh, Nelly, you heard that, and you knew exactly what it was. Dick Clark was that guy for us growing up. We used to have watch services growing up because my dad was a pastor. So at midnight, no use at church. There wasn't no, toasting. If you were toasting, it was going to be grape juice or sparkling water, perhaps. And on the rocks was just ice. You know what I'm saying? But Dick Clark was that guy, though, man. That song, Raff.
Even like the Dick Clark part when you
it's Friday.
Hello, I got so excited. No, but when we were playing that song, I went back to when I'm like a little kid and I'm thinking back. All right, it's New Year's Eve. Nebraska's going to be playing tomorrow in the Orange Bowl.
And you couldn't even sleep.
And you have that. And then
That's crazy. I had that feeling in the early 2010s when I was like, man, they're going to play in the Capital One Bowl tomorrow. I can't wait till they play South Carolina.
Capital One Bowl.
Alshon Jeffrey going to go down.
I still remember, this is a weird memory that flashed back to me when I were listening to that was, I remember we'd had the slumber party at my friend's house on New Year's Eve. Listen,
sorry. It's just Raff saying slumber party. It's just that thought. Oh man,
New Year's
guy
Eve,
that big slumbering.
New Year's Eve slumber party.
Did they have a sleeping bag big enough?
I was normal size back then.
He didn't have that spurt until college.
Okay,
yeah,
that's right.
He was one of the young little guys.
I apologize. That's right.
Normal size. So we have slumber party, and I still remember this to this day. Nebraska played in the Fiesta Bowl. I believe it was against Michigan.
Yeah,
and
Joe Morris was a running back that year.
And I remember us talking about, I wonder if that new freshman quarterback, if they're going to get that number 11 into the game tomorrow.
Steve Taylor.
It's like, and I think back when I listen to that because that's what we were always thinking about.
Yeah,
it's crazy, but
it was like they said, the kids were asleep with what is it? Thoughts of what dancing in their heads.
Yeah,
that was like us thinking of Huskers dancing in their heads. We couldn't wait. We knew we were going to have a great game tomorrow. Things have changed.
Yeah.
Aaron, it's a good point here too. He says Marv Albers was like that for me in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Marv Albers.
Dick Enberg is that for me for NFL football. Every time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my.
Oh yeah. Play a little bit of this song right here. We've all heard it, but I wonder how many folks actually know the words.
My dear, for all ranks I will take a cup of kindness yet for all ranks I.
Sign, and surely you'll buy your pine, and surely you'll be mine. Old Lang Syne. Anyone know what it means?
Beautiful.
You know what it means? I didn't either until last night. Here we go. Because every year it's just going like, Old Lang Syne.
We were humming it. We were humming it loud throughout.
The 93.7 Boys Choir. We are available on New Year's Eve.
Speak for yourself,
right,
man.
Right. Nick's like, no, I'm going to check out about 11:30, buddy.
I'm hoping to be in bed by 11.
Well, Old Lang Syne, the history, Old Lang Syne, acts old long since or days gone by. and is the title and key phrase of 1788 Scottish poem by Robert Rabbi Burns, typically sung on New Year's Eve around the world. Obviously, we know. Literally translates to old long since. And Burns, he got credit for the song, but he wasn't actually the one who wrote all of it. It was just pieces. He put pieces of it together, but they're also pieces of wordings he had found out just through things being passed down. But no one knows who actually first wrote the poem. Burns himself didn't claim, did he? Instead, he said he took a fragment of a folk song that he'd heard and built more lyrics around it, if you would. It's believed that the chorus and first stanza come from elsewhere, while the rest is a Burns original. And, oh, yeah, absolutely. And then people said, how did he become so popular? Well, as the Scots immigrated around the world, they took the song with them. Eventually, North American English speakers translated Burns' dialect into the common lyrics we know today, made famous in part by Guy Lombardo and his World Canadians Band, because they would perform it every year in New York from 1929 until about 1977. And that's the version that plays every year as the ball drops in Times Square. Old Lang Syne. And it means, literally translate to old long since.
Wow.
Isn't that something, man? So now when I see it, I'll still butcher it up, but I'll at least know where it came from.
Heck yeah.
Exactly. Let's take Bruce.
Bruce from Oregon, give us a call. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's going on, my man?
Hey, I just had kind of two things. One real quick. I've been a lifelong Raider fan and Huskers fan. When I was growing up as a kid, obviously learned about the Big Red and the silver and black. You know, Josh McDaniels, I've never been never really cared for.
Me neither.
I didn't like the Patriots, but I'll tell you this, it wasn't his choice. Mark Davis came out behind the scenes and said, enough's enough with Carr.
Who is
AD,
who is
Raff,
Mark Davis?
Nick, you guys all know that it's not about being a good guy. It's about winning games.
No, it's a business. You're exactly
Period.
right.
Who is Mark Davis's dad? I forgot.
So, but basically, the second thing that I'm calling for, I just wanted to say, man, Nebraska's basketball team's defense was great, man.
Yes,
I'm so proud of the boys. Yeah. And I just hope that they do good in the Big Ten, win or lose.
Bruce,
so thanks, guys.
Bruce, thank you, man.
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year to you, brother. Appreciate you,
Take
man.
care.
And you know what Bruce is saying, too, is the truth. At the end of the day, you can be a nice guy all you want.
Yeah.
But if you ain't winning, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Nice guys. I mean, nice guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nice guys in the league who get cut.
But
And
sometimes the Raiders Raider and they take themselves out of winning.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go back to it again. They should have never got rid of Bisaccia.
they should have never got rid of him. The only coach, the only interim coach, Bruce, I know you know this being an Oregon, in Oregon, but being a lifelong Raider fan, the only interim coach to take an NFL team to the playoffs, and he stabilized a very unstabilized locker room during that time. So it's always, I'd like to see the Raiders get back to prominence, but you know what? Carr's been there 9 years, bro.
Yeah.
8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
If you haven't done it, he's got some grace. So,
Yeah.
as we go out, we're gonna let Marvin Gaye take us out.
Senator break. This is the drive down to 3.7 the ticket.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means fundamental counting or meter classes at Southeast U/continuing education professional development.
Did you know the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning in to Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side. When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
It's another hockey jersey auction night this Saturday as the Lincoln hosts the Tri-City Storm for Down Syndrome Night at the Icebox. Santa and Mrs. Claus will also be on hand to meet and greet with fans throughout the night. With only 2 home games left before Christmas, make sure to make your holiday plans with the Stars. The puck drops at 6:05, and tickets can be purchased now at LincolnStars.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and things are rocking in Louisville. We've got transport showing up every day with loads of new inventory, lots of new trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Our pre-owned inventory is also filling up fast. Our GMC Terrain inventory is really filling up fast, so we're putting special pricing on those right now. This is the time to check out our GMC Terrains, as we've got all models with a great selection of colors at a discounted. So please stop in or check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Working at Continental Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental's available and great benefits, plus free low premiums, and no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Public schools are, and it's communities that ensure schools. I'm Jenny, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Learning happens at home, in school, and everywhere in between. We all have a role to play in supporting student learning, classroom, and beyond. Help us make this the best school year yet.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back. The Drive. We're keeping AD on the track. We're bringing him back.
That's funny. Trades. Go to transportation.
Bring him back.
Oh man. Speaking of getting back on track, you were at the game last night, Nick.
Yeah.
And that environment it just looked electric, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, we said it yesterday on the show. I mean, just because it's sellout doesn't mean butts and seats. But I will say, I mean, it was I took a video of PBA about 20 minutes before tip, and 300 level was filling up, 200 level was filling up. And by the time tip-off started, it was a great atmosphere. And everything that I was talking to, whether I was talking to Strick, I was talking to a couple guys from Rivals as well, and just talking to various people at the game, pre-game, it was Nebraska can't lose this building's energy tonight. They have to start fast. They cannot get down 11-2. They cannot get down 15-4, because you have to remember, this is an Iowa team that was averaging over 80 points per game coming in. This is a strong offensive shooting team.
Yep.
And I should say otherwise, Nebraska performed exceptionally well out of the gate.
They did.
Both teams started slow for the first 2 or 3 minutes, but then Nebraska goes on a 19-0 run to take a 28-8 lead. I mean, it was just the way that Nebraska was able to lock down on defense. They forced a couple bad shots, especially by DeSante Bowen, who was number 5 for Iowa. 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc, with some really bad shots for Iowa. Chris Murray, who's an NBA-type player, held in check for him. 17 points. He's a guy that's averaging over 20 a game. I was worried. What the fans were going to be like, because students were still on holiday break.
Right.
I didn't know kind of what the turnout was like. Once again, it's going to be a sellout. We know that. But right behind the benches where all the students sit, didn't know what the turnout was going to be like. Pleasantly surprised there. It was a really, really fun night. Huge win for Fred Hoiberg. And this is what we talked about at the beginning of the season, how Nebraska is going to stay competitive with their defense and with balance on offense. Right. They don't have a guy that has the ability or we need to score 30 points a game like they have in years past. They don't have a Terran Petaway. They don't have a Bryce McGowan. Yep. They don't have a Dylan Talley. They don't have a Delano. Like, even though Delano couldn't shoot the lights out, he was still that guy. Yeah. They don't have that. All 5 starters last night in double figures for Nebraska. Balance across the board. They out-rebound Iowa by, I think, 14.
Yeah,
it was a solid effort from top to bottom. And anytime you can beat Fran McCaffrey, it's a pretty good feeling.
Yeah.
And I know the listeners are wanting to hear Raffitology. I do not have Nebraska back in my bracket yet.
Okay.
However, if they show some consistency,
I
will have them back in my Raffitology bracket before long.
You know what? And to get them back in the Raffitology is a huge, that'd be a huge score for them. That'd be a huge win for them, a vote of confidence for them. You know, last night, I was just kind of digging through these stats, just, was up late watching that Texas lose, which felt pretty good because the fans.
AD does not like Texas.
No, and I don't, guys, I don't mind them. It's just their
we
fans.
finally brought them to the good side.
Yeah, I just didn't like how they just thought they should have won that game. But nevertheless, Iowa previous shooting percentage was 38%.
Yeah.
All right, last night it was 26%. Iowa season average points, 83 a game. They only got 50. All right. Yep. They had the top offense of the Big Ten, and they were distraught last night, man. So, and then they came off of there. This is having Iowa lost 3 of their last 4 games because they had lost just to Eastern Illinois, and that looked bad.
Yeah, is that Tony Romo's college?
I have no idea.
No, where'd Jimmy Garoppolo go? It was Jimmy G, Eastern Kentucky.
Or Western. It wasn't Western Michigan.
I feel like Tony Romo was Eastern Illinois.
It might have been.
It might have been. So I was impressed with them all the way. Nebraska was plus 14 on the glass with a season best. Season best, check this out, 54-40 rebounding advantage, including a 10-second chance points off 14 offensive boards. What's that, Raff?
Tony Romo,
right.
Eastern Illinois.
Look at that. Wow, he's so cool.
Hey, knows
I did it again.
Where'd Jimmy G go? Eastern Kentucky?
I'm looking right now.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, the 54 rebounds were NU's most ever in a Big Ten game. And although they didn't have
Eastern Illinois.
What's that?
Okay, so
they
I was right the first time. I was right the first time with Eastern Illinois.
Eastern Illinois is quarterback U.
Jimmy G and Tony Romo.
Same college.
I didn't realize that.
That's crazy.
And I actually don't care.
I apologize. Hey, AD, I apologize. I love it. We got like 2 different
Can we get on with the stats, please?
We got like 2 different shows going on here. Like Raff is looking up quarterbacks. I'm like halfway into that.
About either one of those guys.
I'm like halfway into that conversation. Then I'm like also halfway into this basketball conversation.
I'm
like,
reading my stats, guys.
He wrote this down for a reason.
I even put them in highlighters in red. One's in blue, one's in red.
All the cool colors.
Put the red over here, put the yellow over here.
I want to say this one first, then this one. It's going to work out perfectly.
But the point, I'll go imagine what it was like.
Mike Shanahan went to Eastern Illinois, too. I thought he did. I wanted to just verify, but
anyway. Like Bronco U.
No, never forget, they drafted Trevor Simeon. He went to Northwestern.
Yeah. All right, we're back now.
Paxton Lynch.
Back to basketball.
Mike Shanahan went there too.
Man.
Now he needs to be kept on the rail. Yeah, Ted, this train is rolling now. The drive is rolling.
What did you guys smoke during break? I want some.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Okay.
We're back.
So yeah, we're back on the rails. I want to know what the plays was like when Wilcher got that alley from Wilcher to Vandermill.
There were, and that was the greatest part about last night is there were multiple times where the crowd got back into it because of a play. Whether it was now, here's the deal. Quietly, Wilhelm Breidenbach may have had his best game.
Yes, he did.
As a Husker. Maybe not on the stat sheet, but from a
rebounding,
filling the void of Derek Walker in foul trouble. No Blaze Cada.
Yep.
From that point of view,
2 blocks.
Yeah, Wilhelm. There was also a possession where Wilhelm had 3 offensive rebounds, and Nebraska had 4.
Who was the one? Was that Gary that dove out of bounds to tap it?
I was like, who is
this?
That is exactly what we're talking about when we've said all season, and Fred Hoiberg has talked about it. Give credit to him on that. This team is bought into the defensive identity.
Yeah,
and it's easy for a Husker fan base to cheer for.
Yeah,
Husker fans love to cheer for things like that, for effort like that, and it makes it so much more easy, or it's so much easier, I should say, to cheer for it when you have the effort from not a bench guy that's trying to get minutes, but one of your starting 5.
Yeah, he laid his body out there. And
well, what like you look back on Nebraska basketball history? Who are the players that stand out?
Strickland,
Bruce Chubbuck,
Strickland,
Bo Reed,
guys
that were laying out and getting crazy. Those are the players that Nebraska always has gravitated to.
Absolutely.
The fullback. Oh, just on it. My bad.
They did though, man. Those guys
they gravitate to the gritty, gutty
physical guy that might not play the prettiest style of basketball or football or whatever, but that always just
you can show
goes
effort
to the wall.
Well, in fact, I even tweeted about Strick last night. I said Strick's got to be proud right now.
Yeah.
I tweeted that out because it reminded me seriously of 5 Eric Stricklands out there that were just nuts. I mean, they were like just dogs. I mean, just dogs. Every loose ball, we're gonna die for it. We're gonna fight for it. And it was impressive to see, man.
I would say this, guys. We got to get to break here in a couple minutes, but here's what I'll say. In previous years, when you look at how Nebraska operated, it was score a lot of points, just outscore the other team. And that's not sustainable when you don't have good enough shooters.
Yeah.
And Nebraska hasn't, right?
Yeah.
Now, this season, with the complete identity flip, defense is sustainable.
Yep.
If you have defense every single game and you give 100% effort every single game,
keeps you in game.
You will be in a spot to win more times than not.
Absolutely. And last night was a perfect example. They didn't shoot very well last night.
You held a
second
team,
half was a complete train wreck.
You held a team that was scoring 83 points per game,
33 below.
You held them to 50 points overall,
50 spot,
26 in the first half, and that involved a 19-0 run.
It was, and then you know what? Careless Whisper. Oh, I like that name, Careless Whisper. Careless Whisper says Gary's baseline drive dunk. Oh, that was nasty too.
Yeah,
that was nasty.
And then you had the Denim Dawson block at the end.
Block.
And then you had, and you didn't get to see it because you were at the game. But when Wilhelm hit the flex.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So here's what I'll say about Denim Dawson, guys. He is the most athletic player on that team. Denim Dawson is the most athletic player on that roster. There's some shooting stuff, which why it's hindered him to get in the game. He has this little bit of a hitch in his jump shot, and we were kind of watching it yesterday. He doesn't release it very high, and so it's more of not. I don't want to say a line drive because I'm not trying to categorize it.
But there's not a lot of arc on the shot.
It's just not a lot of arc, and there's a weird hitch. But he is the most athletically gifted player on that roster.
I was thinking actually about Nick when that play was developing because I remembered you saying that about him, and I was like,
"Yeah,
ooh, this is going to be interesting here." And oh man,
yeah, no, he is. He is the. I mean, watching him in pregame warmups, he is flying, he is jumping, he is done. Like he is probably one of the more athletically gifted guys I've seen in person.
Right.
There's just some things, just fine-tuned things that are keeping him away from key backup minutes.
Here's what I think. We'll go to break after this. Here's what I think right now. The Nebraska team needed that game for themselves more than the fans need to see it.
Well, Fred talked about it after the game.
They need it for their own confidence, man.
Fred talked about it after the game. He did. Nobody knows after a Christmas break how your guys are going to respond.
You don't.
Yeah, and then after the Kansas State game too, you're still.
But hey, a 66-50 win.
Take it.
We'll take it, and a Big Ten conference win. And if you told us that at the beginning of the year Nebraska's still going to be above 500, we're taking it.
Wouldn't have believed it, but
we're taking it in a heartbeat.
Big time.
So it's a team that's easy to cheer for, that fans enjoy cheering for,
especially if you play like you did last night. I'm not saying you have to win those. Of course, you like it, But it wasn't a lack of effort.
Well, and here's what I'll say: they're 6-1 now at the vault this year. PBA, they're 6-1, and that one loss is to the now number one team in the country in overtime.
Yep.
In a game you probably should have won.
Yep. Absolutely.
So
every game
they're doing
the
what their
vault
job
is gettable. Just gotta play.
Now they go on the road for 2 games against Michigan State on the third. The third.
Okay.
So Tuesday, and then the following Saturday they go to Minnesota. Minnesota's the last team in the Big Ten Conference right now, and then they come back home on the 10th, and they will play Illinois at home. So
yeah, they got a stretch. 13th, and they got Purdue again at Purdue. The 18th, Ohio State. 21st, Penn State. 24th, Northwestern. 24th, Maryland. 28th, Maryland. It's going to be a rough week, rough month. But they
payback time, Purdue.
A lot of opportunity.
Payback time. We're coming for you, Purdue.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, everyone. We'll send her to break. This is The Drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
And Global is high. More information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, and more. Sandhills has a professional and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life, like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering and hello to super fast fiber internet with dedicated 24/7 support for total peace of mind. Plus, no hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts, ever. From dependable service to exceptional support, experience the fiber things with Allo. Go to allofiber.com/fiberthings and switch today.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-4760. That's 476-2300.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
It's another hockey jersey auction night this Saturday as the Lincoln Stars host the Tri-City Storm for Down Syndrome Night at the Icebox. Santa and Mrs. Claus will also be on hand to meet and greet with fans throughout the night. With only 2 home games left before Christmas, make sure to make your holiday plans with the Stars. The puck drops at 6:05 and tickets can purchase now at lincolnstars.com.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and death. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Public schools are the cornerstones of our communities, and it's communities that ensure students have great public schools. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Learning happens at home, in school, and everywhere in between. We all have a role to play in supporting student learning in the classroom and beyond. Help us make this the best school year yet.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello. Good morning. Let's go. Let's rock. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
All right, everybody, we are back again. It is The Drive, the final segment of The Drive for 2022. We need to throw it over to our our man, our myth, our legend, AD. A little attitude adjusting time.
You know, Raff brought up a good point, man, earlier today. This year, the past 3 years, this year was obviously there was no cancer. There was fortunately no, well, there was a family death. You know, like I said, my third cousin was killed in an accident, which was obviously rough. And this station, you folks that are listening, really helped be a balm for me, for my heart, for my soul, for my mind, for my psyche, for my mental health. And again, Raff, I say that publicly on there. I appreciate you, big dog. We give you the hard time a lot, but I appreciate you for pulling me out of my comfort zone. Because a year ago today, if someone had been saying radio, actually yesterday, I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not doing no radio. I travel, no time for it, etc. And I appreciate DP and
You
Rebecca.
might have said that earlier in the day too.
Yeah, and I appreciate Rebecca and Derek for believing in us and giving us a shot, Raff, because it was something that I didn't see in myself. And all of us need people in our lives that see something in us we don't see in ourselves. So I appreciate that. And you know what, folks, this time of year, on social media here, all the people saying, you know, kind of posting all of their accomplishments and all the great things they did. And I killed it. I slayed it. I grinded, all the rest. And that's fine. But you know what? So did you. Because if you're listening, you know what that means? It means you survived another year.
Yep.
The past 3 years have been the toughest for a lot of you listening right now. A lot of you. For, you know, family illnesses, sicknesses, maybe there's divorce, relationship with your sons, with your issue with your sons or daughters. Some of you lost parents and uncles and nieces and heaven forbid child. Some of you found out you had a sickness this year. To you, I say, so did you. You have major accomplishments. Because if you're listening, some of you have had some days you may have been listening to one of our shows on the ticket here. It was like, you know what? I just got to listen to something to just kind of check out for a little bit. We've all been there. So, yes, you have accomplished something because you are still here. And if you got a heartbeat, that means you are still got a chance to accomplish things you want to accomplish. So I want you to give yourself a pat on the back, because with all the hell that you may have dealt with this past year, 363 days, give or take right now, you made it. So don't forget to tap yourself on the back. That was AD, Attitude Adjust for the day. You also made it. Folks, that is our last Friday show of the year, Raff.
We did it.
Nick, we did it, y'all.
We made it.
We got a minute.
We got a minute.
1 minute left.
Raff, one thing you're going to do this year, next year. What is one thing you want to do?
I'm going to start reading a little bit more, I think.
Read more.
Nice. Right?
Read more.
Yeah. I'll piggyback on that.
What about you?
I'll read, maybe, and I will. I'm gonna travel
Ooh.
regularly. I'm gonna make my way to Wrigley.
One thing I'm going to start doing more is my road trips. I'm going to get outside the hotel more often to see some things. And I started doing that this year, but I'm going to do more of that this year. I'm going to get out because you know what, folks? We go through this thing called life.
Yep. Got one shot at it.
We got one shot.
Past is gone, but the future is for the taking, baby.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, everyone, should we just say it together? Let's go with the Happy New Year together.
Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Happy New Year!
We love you, folks.
We'll
Have a great
see
one
ya.
and be safe out there.
Have a good day.